No surprise here, this thing is acting up. Sorry for the crappy video quality, for filming on a phone yet again, but this is the 10K Montgomery Ward. I'm getting really close to getting this thing replaced. I love this unit because it's weird and it's cool, but the thermocouple's been kind of acting up. So I had it originally between the filter and the coil, and when I had it like that, it was, there it goes, now it's going to fire up again. We'll let this sit down here so I'll build head pressure. But when I had it like against the filter and the coil, it would be short cycling. So I moved it to where it would be sitting between the filter and the grill, and I think it may have helped ever so slightly, but it still kind of had that issue. So then I put it back out. I used to have it running alongside here, the power cord, and it would freeze up. So I had it to where it was kind of sitting in the grill and I can pull it out. So I had it like this and it froze up earlier. So then I let it defrost. I just put this up. I tucked it into one of the vents there, but now I'm just going to leave it like this for a bit. We'll see how that goes. But it defawed. Just been using it because the other one's kind of hard to get to. I don't have a remote for it yet. And go figure, that thing's been giving me issues again, but no big deal. But I'll most likely swap this unit out with another one. I've thought about the Amana. That's a possibility, but I think we're going to put another WCI in there. Now, I've shown this one before in the past. We'll go and show it again. So I want to show the outside of that unit too while we're out here. But I have a late 90s, things is 98 WCI slide out, 10K slide out. This has a Matsushita, but it needs a new capacitor. The compressor's locked right now. I'm hoping it's a capacitor, so I'm going to try to put a new capacitor in there and see what happens. But I want to get this unit working. I love these. These are great machines. And this is pretty much exactly like what's in there now. It's just a slide-out chassis. And it's also 10 years newer. So this thing has been running. Feels great out here. We got condensate dripping off of it, which is normal. And then I've been running the GE. It's been off for, I think, like 4 hours now. But when I kicked this on, but the line on it's sweaty. The compressor sounds great. I don't think this thing's low on charge, because this thing will freeze out the garage no problem when it's running properly and not short cycling. So I think it's an issue with the control set. And that's just kind of how this thing works. It's electronic controls. It depends how they're set up. Some units, they work great. Some of them, they're just not the greatest. And this unit's a good example of it not working so good. And it really sucks. This thing's an amazing unit. It's quiet. It cools this garage down amazing. And I like it for that reason. So this has been a great unit. I'll turn the light off here. But we're actually going to kick this off now, because I'm done using it. I don't really let this thing run overnight, because I don't want it to freeze up and then have an issue with the capacitor or something. I don't know, compressor or something. So we'll go up to this one, and it's actually kind of nice up here. This unit, it's still making that compressor noise, and I'm thinking I was thinking the compressor was dying, but there's the possibility, being that this is a modern cheap unit, it could be an issue with the capacitor going out. But I'll fire it up. Okay, it works fine this time, but this is how I had the thermocouple set up on the other unit, just where it kind of sits underneath it. And this is a 14K. I tried a more modern 12K up here, and it didn't work too good. But I have that Amana 10K down there. I'm thinking of trying that out here. I'll go have a look at that one, because I'll explain my plans with it, which are the plans I've had for a while, but I think I'm going to actually put them into motion this time. But this unit's been here for so long, multiple years at this point, and it's never really given me any issues. It's just kind of works the way it's supposed to. And I've had no reason to replace it, because the thing just works. And there's no reason to replace a fully working unit if, well, the air conditioner works. But here's the Amana. It's been sitting in the same spot, arguably longer than I've had that unit up there. And the switch on it's broken. I just need to replace the switch. That GM Frigidaire is a good switch on it. And that unit's in really rough condition. This Amana's in great condition. So I think we're going to get that switch replaced so I can reinstate that. And to make things even better is I have the case, grill, and all the parts for that Amana back there. And I want to get to those so I can use the unit. The issue is there's all this stuff here. But a friend of mine wants the super thrust. I want to get the super thrust out of here. And I want to move that WCI that's back there over here, or maybe the other one. I don't think I'll replace it till next year, but I want to put that WCI here for the time being. So that means all this stuff will get to be moved out. I can get to that case, and then I'll be more obligated to use that Amana. And I feel like even though this unit down here is more urgent, I don't know, I'll think about it, but this thing was such a bear to install, and I really don't want to go through that again. I'll have to do measurements. We'll see if what case size fits what. This unit is a snug fit. There's not even really any room on either side. It was just kind of jammed in there, and it's like, it works. So with some of these other units, I'll have to probably redo this whole stupid thing. And I'm hoping that the slide-out chassis Frigidaire, it's the same the same dimensions as this. I think I might, let me find my tape measure and we'll clarify this. The tape measure is a tool I seldom use, so it always ends up missing, and I try to keep it in one spot so when I'm done I know where it is. And it was like that for a while, and I can't even remember the last project that I needed that required a tape measure. I normally keep one in the car, but I'm pretty sure I left that at a family member's house in Michigan in the garage, and that's like a 3.5 hour drive away from here. And sometimes I leave it up here, which it is. Wow. Okay, so we did find a tape measure. So, wow. This is the one I keep in the garage, and I normally keep it there in the windowsill. And I know with the old tape measure I had before this, before it got ruined in the freaking basement flex, I decided to measure water with it. Okay, so rant aside, let's measure these things. We'll first start with the slide-out chassis unit, and they look to be the same size. This is hard to do with one hand, but this unit is 24 or 2 feet long, or 2 feet wide. So we're going to see what the width is of the other unit. So it's exactly 2 foot, which I don't know whose foot this is the size of. It's someone who has a big foot. I know that. Geez, this is so hard to do with one hand. And it's also 2 foot. So anyway, I'm pretty sure we're going to put that slide-out unit here. Now, for the heck of it, we're going to see if the Amana will fit. Now, I can get to the case for the Amana, but I'm just going to measure the chassis width, the inside chassis width of this unit, and then add 1 inch to that. Because that seems about, that only seems like the fair thing to do. Oh geez, this is going to be a freak show. This unit also measures 2 feet. There's about a 1/2 inch sticking off of that, so let's say 2.5 feet. Now, the other unit, now I'm not too worried about the actual size of the unit. I'm more worried about the width between both the studs, because I can always widen that out. We'll do that. So that is not long enough or wide enough. So we'll need something that's not that wide. So that kind of foils that plan. That's not too bad because this unit kind of stinks anyway. Yeah. And what is the width of this? Oh, don't say 22 inches. So, have about an inch here on the side. And our exact width would probably be 22 and a half. Maybe more. I don't know. I don't really want to start shimming out some of this stuff and then ruin the integrity. We'll figure that out when time continues or whatever. But yeah, there's that freak show. I don't know what some other air conditioner options are that I have. I have that 12K Fetters, but that's going to Nathaniel grading, and I don't think I can get that thing to fit in there. That thing's way too big, and I'm definitely not super thrusts. Because my initial plan was to put my 8K super thrust there, so then I could put the bigger unit over there. I don't know, but that's not happening either. So, I don't know. Either WCI or the Amana. We'll see. If the WCI doesn't work, the Amana most likely is what will go there, because found out that the Amana will most likely fit where that unit is. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and keep the breeze.